Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are going to be jumping into the other half of this sitemap over here. So we are digging deeper into some of the finer details. And one thing I really want to point out right now, just before we jump right in, because we are going to get lost in there and just, go through the weeds of, building out those page containers and whatever content is within them. But I think another thing to really stress here is like a sitemap is so good for developing a content strategy. It is so good. Like you can already see that the types of content links that I'm trying to push through each page can make some like really interesting designs, really interesting experiences for users. So definitely go through this exercise, even if you're going to do it on a very lightweight scale. I mean, this is very lightweight. I don't like to spend too much time here, but this lets me think about everything from like a bird's eye view. And then I can make some of those bigger decisions little by little when it comes to the types of content that's going to be on each page. And maybe some pages that I really do want to prioritize. So let's jump right in. So I still have a bunch of my duplicates over here. I'm just going to drag them over. So, okay. I think maybe like the next thing that makes sense right here is I want to actually talk about the cart. We can work our way up now. So the cart is going to be pretty simple. Let me move these out of the way. They're a bit of a distraction. So with the cart, definitely I think there's going to be a section here where it's like if you're not logged in, but you have stuff in your cart, you should probably, log in. So I'm going to just put in a login and sign up section there. Here, you should be able to, go to the items in your cart. So you can probably like go to an item listing or something like that, product page. And then you should probably see maybe some similar items. I'm not sure how wise that is because at this point, we really want people to convert and actually check out. So I'm going to keep this one really simple. Maybe we'll have a big CTA to like place your order. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's actually do this. We'll have one right here that says place order. Okay, and so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the profile page. So that's next. Now we're going to have a bunch of member only links. So I'm going to just make like maybe 4 or 5, just to cover all my bases and close those ones off. Okay, so when I think about the profile page, like this doesn't need to be something that's super crazy. I think, there should be some account settings here. Definitely some way to maybe, see your interests and get to that section. Maybe this profile is a bit more involved is what I'm trying to get at. Customer service, maybe like a help center. I think that's a pretty cool option. And then I think maybe your orders, like a way to see what you've done in the past. And I think that's it. So, I mean, this isn't a really big task that I'm working on right now. I think ultimately, we're keeping it really simple. So I have orders here now. For orders, this one's a little bit more, I think we need to think through it a bit. So we have probably a search and filter. People could have many orders, so we need to account for that. Way for people to filter through. Probably the most important thing is like the orders that are in progress. So I'll just throw that in there. Then we have past orders. And then finally, we have a help section. Beautiful. So, I mean, I think that's what comprises of an order screen. Search, definitely in progress. We definitely need to see all our orders and maybe a way to contact somebody if something's gone wrong. Maybe that's something that's like an FAQ section. I'm not entirely sure just yet. And then the final screen that we're going to work on is wish lists. Okay, so with wish lists, this one is pretty simple as well. So you probably have like your saved items and then you probably have a way to like go to those items. That's why I'm putting saved items. And then we have maybe some sharing options. Maybe you can share a list with somebody. I mean, when I think about like maybe my partner and I are buying gifts for people, or we're trying to buy gifts for our kids and we have lists for each individual kid. I don't know. Maybe there's something like that in terms of like a workflow or a user flow. So maybe sharing options and what that looks like and how you link out and support, internal third-party linking. I don't know, maybe some social media stuff. And then we have similar items. I think this one's a really interesting one, just trying to get people back into the funnel of adding stuff. And I think that pretty much details what I think is a pretty good sitemap. I mean, we could go into search and talk about like, what does it look like when you click search? You have like an overlay, but we're getting more into the nitty gritty of, maybe search results, search goes to search results or something. Maybe I can add one like that, but there's not much to really add there. And I think that is pretty much it for our sitemap. Great job, everyone. Let's take a look. So we can go ahead now and actually link them all. So I'm going to delete this. We're not going to need it. And I'm going to select everything, bring them down, and then we can link them. So shopping, let's get our plugin first. I actually really love this part. I know it sounds a bit childish, but it's fun to just like see everything come together. And that's perfect. We have wish lists. Then we're gonna have orders and profile, and then add cart. I don't think it's useful to maybe bring login up here. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. One thing I do want to note though, I mean, we can even go deeper than this. Like this probably isn't totally complete, and that's fine. But like there are sections in here where like we haven't even mentioned like the product page. We haven't even mentioned certain things like, deeper within like a category page. So there's a lot of different things that we are, not looking into. That's going to take a lot of time, but I very much urge everyone to kind of keep on going deeper until you feel like it's enough. And that is how we create a sitemap in Figma.